Let's see how we can use the command pattern to solve this problem. So here's our button class, and this is part of the framework we're designing. Other people, other developers, they're going to build applications using our framework. So let's say John Smith is going to build an application for customer management. In his application, he's going to have a class like customer service. So here we have a method add customer for adding a customer to a database. Now, when we're designing this framework, when we're implementing the button class, we are not aware of this customer service class, and we shouldn't be either. We don't want to couple this implementation to a class like customer service, because what happens when we click a button will vary from one case to another. So we want this class to talk to an interface. That is the command interface with a single method called execute. So every button has a command object. We pass this command via the constructor when creating a new button object. In the click method of this class, we simply call the execute method of that command object. So we're delegating or forwarding the actual work to a command object. That is all we're responsible for in this framework. Now, John Smith is going to take our framework and build an application with a graphical user interface. Beautiful. So he's going to implement the command interface inside a class called add customer. In the execute method of this class, he's going to call the add customer method of the customer service class. So this concrete implementation is simply delegating work to this object. This is where we have all the logic for working with customers. So the add customer class talks to this customer service, okay? This is what we call the command pattern. Here's the structure of the command interface that you see in the Gang of 4 book. So we have this invoker class. This class talks to this command interface. We have concrete implementations of this interface, and these concrete implementations delegate work to a receiver. This receiver is like our customer service class. So essentially what we're doing here is we're decoupling this invoker or sender from this receiver. With this structure, this invoker can talk to this receiver without being aware of it. This is the point of the command pattern. We use it to decouple a sender from a receiver. But there are more benefits to this pattern. Because we're representing each request using a command object, there are a number of things we can do with these command objects. We can pass them around in our code. We can pass them as arguments to our methods. We can add them to a list. For example, we can keep track of all the commands that have been executed and replay them or undo them. We can also store these commands in a database and execute them in the future. These are the benefits of the command pattern. I'm going to show you examples of this later in this section. So next, let's implement the command pattern in code.